The Call to Cthulhu, 1928, by HP Lovecraft, is notorious an occult classic horror story. Why is Lovecraft's work stuck into human minds and coiled into their brains like a serpent? This is a story about an ancient cosmic being sleeping beneath the ocean and waiting to awaken. It isn't about blood or gore. It's about the realization that humanity's entire reality could be undone by forces beyond our comprehension. When Cthulhu stirs, the world trembles. This is a reminder to our insignificance cosmically, and that truth can drive one insane. Just as insane as the Book of the Dead Names, also known as the Necronomicon. Some whisper this book is so dangerous that it can contact Cthulhu and other pre-human civilization entities. Many have fallen into madness reading only fragments of found pieces of this ancient grimoire. But the book represents humanity's hunger for forbidden truth and the price of gaining it. And this book whispers, the gods you pray to are insects and the universe doesn't care, making humanity meaningless in the grand cosmic order. This is why these stories stay with us, why they can haunt. It begs the question, where is our place in the universe? We are either essential or meaningless. Welcome back, you guys. So, for spooky season, I wanted to continue sharing some spooky decks that I have. And today it's all about the battle of Lovecraft's work in tarot. Right? Right? Come on, you with me? You know this is awesome. So I have 3 decks that are based off of Lovecraft stories. And I kind of wanted to do like I did with the Poe tarot decks and do a little verses. So we got the Necronomicon here. This one too is called the Necronomicon. I no longer have the box. It was a tuck box and it got worn because I used to use this deck a lot. And then we got Cthulhu's Vault. And we are going to examine all 3 and decide for ourselves which one wins. Is it going to be this ancient being that makes humanity feel so meaningless? Or is it going to be ancient truths that drive humanity mad? Let's see. All right, starting with the first Necronomicon deck that I have. They are not in order. Please excuse that. I have used these decks, but I did try to put the majors on top so we could kind of see those. So, I love this Fool. This deck I've worked with a lot. When I first got it, I really, really loved it. Loved it. It is a low Scarabeo deck, which that company, all of their decks I like. There's something about their decks. I don't know. It's one of my favorite companies. So these are very dark, paranormal, and it kind of gives us a deep glance into the psychology of humanity. I feel like it makes us face the darker truths of humanity through symbolic stories that can be frightening, right? When we take a step back and really observe humanity's darkness, it can be one of the most frightening things we ever observe. The artwork in this deck, though, I do really like it, although a part of me wished for just a tad more. I love the art. I don't know, maybe more of a hyper-realism I could see, but the artwork is fine for me. It's great. The symbols in the deck are really cool. I love that Hierophant. I like the style of it too. old, but still a tad touch of some modernism in it. But it's based off of, you know, Lovecraft's ancient legends of the Necronomicon. Look at that devil. Really, really cool. And I like that death in this deck is that door, right? Door you go through to enter the other side. And the magician here. Isn't that cool? Overall, if I had to actually judge this deck, it's not bad. I mean, you can tell I've used it quite a lot. It shuffles great. It reads for me really great. So I do love this deck. I just haven't pulled it out in a while, but I thought now would be a great time. Let's move on to the other Necronomicon deck that I have. So for one, I absolutely love this deck. I have not worked with it as much as I wished I would. I need to. But the box is really awesome. And for anybody who likes dark decks or works with dark decks, this one would be one I would recommend. It's got a great book to it. That's the backs. So this one is very much kind of your vintagey artwork, but I like the color usage. I like this artwork. I think it fits. It almost really brings you back in time, and I really can't pinpoint what it is, what the difference is, because the art, it's darker in this deck, maybe a tad more real, but still like surreal and cartoony. I don't know what the difference is between this deck and the other one, because they're similar, sort of. But I like this artwork a bit better. That one's really cool. Guilt, truth, mirror, yes. This one would be perfect too. Something like shadow work, dark work. The void. Ah, reminds me of Amber and Draven's tag, right? Which I will be doing here soon. Look at that. I love that. I love this deck. But we're going to see with me reapproaching these. Is it going to be this one or the Cthulhu? Because I'm not sure right now. It's been a while since I glanced at these. And have you ever glanced at a deck, put it away, and then come back to it later and been like, why have I not used this more? Definitely one of them here. I love the abyssal theme of this one. How the keywords in the major arcana are a bit darker. And it feels like you literally have descended into an abyss in the lower astral or some other plane, and that you're coming across all these creatures and people when you look at these cards. I like the greens with the blacks, but that's my favorite color, green, so yes. Look at this hanged man under the pyramid. Yeah. Real telling, right? Growth. That one's actually really pretty to me. I think that's a beautiful card. Death. Wow. Lovecraft's work and creatures and things he describes have always fascinated me. I think Lovecraft had a mind on him. There's also rumors that he knew an occultist, dabbled in the occult, and that the Necronomicon could have been real and came from a magician that he had met. But nobody knows for sure if the Necronomicon, which I have a copy of it, which is more based off of your Sumerian myths and entities and such in there. So what do you guys think so far? Can we just appreciate that back again? I love the backs of these. The aces are really cool in this deck too. I think the other one was a bit more dreamy. This one is like you've just took a walk in the under realms. So I think that might be the difference upon further inspection on. All right, let's look at the Cthulhu deck. All right, so this story was a particular favorite of mine, also referenced in many, many other workings. The Cthulhu was inspiration for a lot after Lovecraft's work. And for me, I love the game Sunken City, and it heavily references Lovecraft's work. But anyway, I think this box is really cool. I love that. It's got pretty neat design to it. The book isn't my favorite, but it has a book. So the backs of these are really cool too. Look at that. Just another better look at the backs. I love that design, and I like the eyes. It's creepy. When I think of the deep ocean, I think of this monster, and I don't like it. I don't like it, no. Did you guys see that Kristen Stewart movie? I forgot what it was, but they worked on oil thingies in the middle of the ocean, like really deep, and things end up going wrong. And then at the very end, she ends up seeing this in there after everybody's like killed and whatnot. Great movie. I wish I remembered the name so I could properly recommend it to you. But I liked it. I thought it was pretty creepy. But when that part came up, I didn't expect that. And I was like, oh, hell no. No, 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 no. Courtney would not be under the ocean in the first place. Courtney would not even be sailing the ocean, as brave as she is. I don't know, maybe one day. I go back and forth. But I know my ancestors right now are probably laughing at me. Like, really? We navigated it without your technologies. And I'm over here like, no. No ocean, please. No. So another thing I love about the design and style of this deck is the gilding. I think that silver brings it out so much more, the dark of the backs. So let's look at some of this art. Again, it's kind of that surrealism, dreamy state, almost cartoony. I don't really know what you would call this style of art. I think it's pretty. The only thing that bothers me is that we need more of this, not this. I feel like it could have been way more creative, if that makes sense, with some of them. However, when you get cards like this, it's like, wow, right? That is really freaking cool. I like this card. It gives us a lot to think on, to analyze. It's a cool moon. The Hanged Man. I like it. It's almost showing his madness, right? The Devil. Again, I can work with that. That's all right. Pretty cool. The Magician. I like this Magician card. I think it's powerful. Of course, my favorite color. But it's like he's looking right at you, right? Like he's coming for you. Anyway, I love this Magician card. Temperance. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I fully feel about it. It's probably why I haven't worked with this one a whole lot. Not that I don't love it or want it for my collection, because I do. I just don't think it and me would vibe well in readings. But for others, it may read perfect for them. Kind of reminds me of Crowley. I don't know why. But anyway, the Lovers, like, I don't know. I just feel, and I don't want to feel disappointed, but I feel a little disappointed. Like, it could have been more. Not that I don't love it. Not that it ain't a good deck. This one's really cool. And that's what I mean. Then you get a card where you're like, wow, yes, this, you know? The Empress card's really cool. Love the color usage. I like the art. Chariot. I like the old style car for that time period Lovecraft was alive, and how the monsters are in the background, and it's almost like, is it real or ethereal? That fool is pretty cool. I like him. That's a good fool. The Emperor, he's pretty awesome, I think. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune, which reminds me of the Black Sun, right? That's the Black Sun, if I ever seen it. The High Priestess. Yes, I love this card. See, now I feel like we're getting good. We're getting better. Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful star card. I love that. Amazing. Now for some of the minors here, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. I don't know. That's pretty cool. But I don't know if I haven't read the book enough, but what is this? I don't know. I like this. That style of art and the vintagey vibes. And maybe that's the point of this deck too, is like, what is this? Just to give you a little instance of the minors. That's a cool card. That's pretty awesome. See, I like that too. It's almost like the minors give us a bit more to kind of look at. I think it's based off maybe some of the stories and lore and such. Maybe I woke up in a mood today, who knows. I like that card. That's wild, right? Wicked. Yeah, he looks like he's stuck under the ocean or in a deep cave, and that monster's about to. Oh no! See, no, 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 not for me, not Courtney. Nope, I'm brave. I'll bungee jump. I'll skydive. I'm almost down for any freaking thing. I'll summon demons. Sure, we'll have a tea party, but under the ocean, don't ask me to go. No, you're on your own. That's my hard limit. I like that Ace of Coins. That's really cool. So I like it the more I look at it. The more I go in and look at this deck, it grows on me again. I love it. But which one will win this battle? Boom! Right there, guys. That is the winner for me. I like this one. I think out of the three, it wins. What do you think? I know I'm right. Hey, and if you disagree, it's okay. Not all of us can be right all the time. I understand. I get it. But for me, it is this one. All right, my lovelies. Well, thanks for chilling with me, and let me know which one was the winner for you in the comments. And happy witches season. Happy spooky season. I hope you are all enjoying this month and the fall weather and the changes.